This morning, we're waking up with a sense of relief. Overnight, Minneapolis streets appeared to be calm. It's a huge difference from the destruction we saw downtown just the night before. Kaya joins us live. The question now, Kaya, I guess, is whether the peace will continue for another evening.
Yeah, well, we certainly hope so. And you know that there was a curfew in both Minneapolis and St. Paul just lifted at 6 o'clock this morning. And last night, authorities said it was too soon to tell whether we'd have another curfew tonight for a third night. So we'll definitely keep you posted on that. But last night, during the first hour of curfew, Minneapolis police arrested 30 people and confiscated one illegal gun. The rest of the night appeared to be pretty quiet, though. National Guard members, state patrol officers, the DNR, and other agencies assisted local law enforcement on the ground. This all started, you'll remember, Wednesday when a homicide suspect took his own life downtown, and people had thought that police shot him. Police ended up sharing video to show officers it did not use deadly force.
You have leaders that are entirely committed to keeping the peace and to keeping our neighborhoods and commercial corridors safe.
Last night, Metro Transit was still operating and the highways were open under the condition that everything would remain calm. And Chris, looks like it did.
Yeah, and we will keep you up to date if there is another curfew put in place tonight. Thanks, Kaya. The unrest came after confusion surrounding an apparent suicide downtown. Minneapolis police posted security footage of that incident on Twitter, and that has now been taken down. The department says it posted the video to dispel rumors about it being an officer-involved shooting. In a tweet, MPD says, after feedback from the community, the video was taken down for its graphic nature and out of respect to that person and his family.